The French have a lovely word for which we have no equivalent. Vignette. Vignette is a brief, evocative description, account, or episode. In pictorial art, it is a picture, such as an engraving or photograph, that shades off gradually into the surrounding paper, like a memory in the mind. I think of the following episode in this way, as a vignette. In the week before the crucifixion, Jesus had arrived at Bethany in the afternoon, the home of his close friends Lazarus and Mary and Martha, his two sisters. Bethany was a small village to the east of Jerusalem, situated on the eastern slopes of the Mount of Olives, about 2 miles from Jerusalem, on the other side of the mount. This incident is found in John chapter 11, verse 55 and into chapter 12. Now, what a lovely thought this is. Jesus had travelled up the slope from Jericho, the perfumed city, which is what the name means, where he had healed Bartimaeus some months before. It was quite a strenuous climb. The elevation of Jericho is the lowest in the world, being 846 feet below sea level. Bethany is in the region of 3,000 feet above sea level. We are therefore looking at a climb of about 3,846 feet, or 1,158 meters, in the hot Middle Eastern sun. But Jesus was phenomenally fit. Even the disciples sometimes struggled to keep pace with him, and they were no sedentary academics. Jesus climbed a mountain in the midday sun in order to be with his friends. Now that says a lot, doesn't it? Imagine it. He arrives, and the home is all prepared for their friend and Messiah. No doubt, Martha had been in every corner at once, cleaning, dusting, setting things in order, garnishing the surfaces with bowls of fragrant perfume. The food was cooking in the oven, the table spread with silver and glass on the snow-white cloth. Outside, a blue spring day in the Holy Land, merely 2 miles from the holiest city on earth, Jerusalem of gold, as it is called because of the colour of the stone. This vignette is blue and silver, white and gold. All of this loveliness, and the Messiah Jesus coming to stay. What could be better? Think of this, beloved. Give your imagination over to this lovely vignette, this lovely scene. Mary, no doubt, was doing her bit, but probably spent much of her time standing at the window watching for him, beside herself with excitement. And who knows, maybe Mary was alone with the sense of foreboding, the rumble of thunder, spiritually speaking. She was a very spiritual woman, was Mary. But Jesus was coming. Nothing would spoil that. He arrived in the afternoon, and we can imagine the welcome he received, or maybe we can't, the kisses and embraces in the warmest Mediterranean fashion. As was the custom, a servant would come with a bowl and towel and refresh the feet of the visitor. Think of that. What an honour. And think what a blessing that would be to Jesus, having climbed nearly 4,000 feet that very day. Then he sat at the table prepared for him with Lazarus and Mary and Martha. As the honoured guest of the meal, he would give the blessing, raising the bread. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. And everybody would say Amen. That means, blessed are you, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who brings forth bread from the earth. Now maybe Jesus sang the words. But even if he didn't, I imagine his melodious voice always gave the impression of song, at least to his friends. Don't you agree? He seems to sing to me, thank God. And he smiles a lot as well. To hear the melodious voice of Jesus will be all the goodness and loveliness and happiness we have ever known, and much more besides. It will be heaven to hear. Well, the next day, beginning for the Jews at sundown, was a Sabbath, and this would be spent with the family. Thank God for Jesus. I hope to see you in the next video.